Steelers wide receiver George Pickens is officially at a crossroads in Pittsburgh. Following his end-of-game incident with Browns cornerback Greg Newsome II, Pickens is bracing for what would be his third punishment of the season from the NFL league office. In a series of events that has become just far too common for the talented young wide receiver, these next stretch of games are going to go a long way in determining just how much longer Pickens has in the black and gold. Hey everyone, Rob Gregson of A to Z Sports Pittsburgh, and I want to discuss why George Pickens and the Pittsburgh Steelers are officially on thin ice. See, there's no debating that when Pickens is on his game, he's one of the most talented wide receivers in the league. He makes some of the most miraculous acrobatic catches that we've ever seen, and he's a 50-50 ball merchant, just continuously winning at the catch point and showing his physicality and just overall strong hands. But what has become far too common over the last two seasons is Pickens' mentality and just overall disciplinary issues. See, it started last year when he just utterly decided not to block for Jaylen Warren in a critical game against the Indianapolis Colts, but it's only continued this year in a season that many thought his maturity level would finally rise. But frankly, it hasn't. Going back to the Cowboys game earlier in the season, Pickens was fined for an end-of-game face mask against Cowboys cornerback Jordan Lewis in a play that was frankly just very dirty. That was followed up against the Washington Commanders, where Pickens was fined yet again for, guess what, another face mask. But Thursday night really takes the cake. See, in a game-winning scenario with the game on the line, Russell Wilson throws a Hail Mary ball, and his best wide receiver is nowhere to be found. Why is that, you ask? He is in a fight with Browns cornerback Greg Newsome down the sideline, through the end zone, and into the stands instead of fighting for the ball in a divisional matchup on the road and in prime time for a potential game-winning catch. I'm sorry, but that is just intolerable. I don't care how talented he is, how young he is, or how big of a headache he can be. That is just something that cannot happen from a player that you're going to give franchise and life-altering money to, which, frankly, Pickens has deserved based on his play on the field. But if he's going to continue to show a lack of maturity and a lack of just understanding and just way too much selfishness, the Steelers have no choice but to just let him play out his 2025 contract and just sign elsewhere, or, give him a one-year deal to see if he can just really prove that he's matured. Because through this point of his career, the issues still plague him, and his production, unfortunately, is not outweighing the headache that he has become. So 2025 is going to be a huge year for Pickens, but the back half or the remaining portion of this schedule is what's really going to be a final determinant in just how confident the Steelers are in Pickens and if he can really be a long-term answer in their future.